So, good evening. Welcome to the first podcast put out on the Never Satisfied Life channel. I am Kelvin, also known as Matt Got Cameras, as you see here. This is my guy, King Edward the Third. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying?
So shop never satisfied. We got all kind of merch. We got everything you need. Everything you need. So
Got everything you need.
So where we starting? Where we going?
I mean, we could go in a bunch of different directions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we could go sports. You know what I'm saying? I could go relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go relationship.
Yeah.
We did this. You always count on us for some support. We're gonna help y'all with your relationships too, and y'all dating.
Well, I can't help you. I can
No,
we can help.
that-
No, I
we can
can't.
help.
No, I can't help you, but I can definitely talk shit, and that's more likely what I would probably do in this situation.
We're not here to hurt nobody. We're here to help.
No, we ain't hurting nobody.
Get people to where they need to go.
Where they need to
To
go.
inform them what they are lacking.
What they
Just know your
Like I said.
own. How about just your own experience? How about you share? No, not your own experience, but like kind of questions. How about questions like why? Why does this happen?
so Bobby, you know what I'm saying? The people can't see Bobby, but
Shout out to Bobby.
shout out to
She's
Bobby.
put a lot of this together.
Nate's watching. Oh, Nate is watching. But
Shout out to Nate, motherfucking
shout out to
passion.
Nate.
Shout out,
Yeah, I'm saying, we see
Nate
you, baby girl.
818. That is my
Yeah, I'm saying,
motherfucking
we
dog.
see you,
That is
shit.
my
Yay,
motherfucking
thank
dog.
you.
What's up, Nate?
You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Nate?
But yeah,
He needs a
Nate-
gift.
Nate's
He needs
tuned
a-
in.
She is tuned in.
What's your freebie?
Yeah,
Yo,
she's,
tuned the fuck in.
yeah, she's tuned in. So,
Tuned in. Okay. Hey, Nate. What we talking about there?
since Nate,
Relationships.
technically Nate is probably like our first. Technically, she's like our first caller. You know what I'm saying? So, Nate,
Oh yeah, Nate.
do you have any relationship questions, Nate? If you're watching still, do you have any relationship questions or questions about men or why we may, you know what I'm saying, act a little crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Man on that text. Man on text thing.
How about while we wait on her? How about I ask a question? Why are a lot of men so afraid to be in a committed relationship?
Oh.
Look at the expression.
Why are men to be
You want to go first or should I?
I'll let you go first.
I can tell you why. Absolutely. So here's the thing. I don't in I don't if women are watching, I don't want y'all to feel bad with me saying this, but me personally, I have nothing to benefit from getting married to you.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
You
nothing.
mean you mean because it's not the right girl?
You said what?
Because it's not the right girl yet.
Because
Haymakers.
maybe because it's not the right
I have
girl, but
no benefit.
I have to think about it. Like other than I guess
Some ladies don't want to be a baby mama. You try to have kids in life, or
yeah. You want to have kids, but like I don't think I don't. I don't.
No, I get it. I know I get where you're coming
What
from.
am I getting for being married that I couldn't have when I'm single? You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
other than two incomes.
Yeah, but I work hard. So
Hmm. But that's your answer for now.
that's my I mean that's part of it. That's part of no. That's part
I don't
of
gotta
it.
get married.
There's another part of it too though. But even like when you talk about because when you're in a serious relationship, you want it to lead to marriage, you know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
on I guess on both ends, male and female, like marriage is a huge risk. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Correct.
if you don't make it through marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like you on both ends, like as a man, you know what I'm saying, you might get taken to court. You know what I'm saying? You might be on child support. You know what
Divorce
I'm saying?
sucks. Child support sucks.
And then
The fear. A lot of men. That's for real. The fear of divorce, fear of child support.
and then even on the female end, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a relationship and your man is the breadwinner, you know what I'm saying? And you get out the relationship, you know what I'm saying? Now she feels compelled to try to get money out of him and He's trying to not give the money to her, but the courts is, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot.
But I want to interject with that because what if it's just because your concept right now, I feel like a worst case scenario. You're keeping it as a worst case scenario because you haven't, I feel like because you haven't met somebody of quality to your potential
Right.
committed. So that's just, I feel like it's just your
That could be part of it.
perception of, and more the fear base is that's where it's coming from.
But I also wanted, I'm also, you know what I'm saying? That's, and you're looking at it almost kind of from the best case scenario, but I'm looking at it more so from the numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the numbers, like 50% of marriages fail.
Damn.
Absolutely. So I'm looking at it from a percentage of like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Men lie, women lie, numbers do.
but like there's a 50-50 chance that we might not make it. Now, granted, I will say this. My parents have been married for like fucking like 40 years. They got
Yeah.
married when they were kids. But it's a different generation than
Yeah.
it was when they was kids, you know what I'm saying? They was more traditional, you know what I'm saying? In the way that they carry things out. And my mom and my dad have like a different type of relationship than I see, you know what I'm saying, out here nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like we selfish in this generation.
Well, I
you know
mean, it's also like the you know, we're millennials, and then the generation before us, it was more encouraged, if you will. It's more easier now. It's more challenging, difficult to do that, attain that, due to a lot of things, you know, like just affording college, affording a house, all these things. You know, we're not doing these things.
Who's not doing those things?
Just in rates that we once were, just as people getting married and all these things. That's why
We're
it's going to prevent
definitely
people.
not getting married in the same race that we once were.
Well, I agree with you. I think it is different times, and I feel like too it's a lack of communication between that, because if y'all had communication of and if y'all really believed in the committed relationship or marriage, y'all would absolutely like talk it over, talk about it, because why did y'all get committed or married in the first place? Because y'all loved each other. You know, so like why would you try after 11 years? Why would y'all try to get a divorce? Or you know what I mean? Like if it's not like, let's say it's not even cheating, let's just say it's like financial problems.
I mean,
Well, that's why people get divorced.
Yeah.
that's a lot of times it is
Yeah.
the financial that makes people get divorced. But then at the same time, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, relationships get stale and old, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, people want it, and it's not just men, women feel that way too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Because I feel like we have y'all dated a long enough time with somebody or spent time with somebody that actually you felt like could be, you know, a keeper?
Of course.
A keeper?
I mean, yeah, of course.
mm, mm, mm.
Okay, so what's your take on Ed? What's your take on the commitment? It's just because of just today's society.
I feel people get more caught up on, you know, titles, right? A lot of people in our society get titles on, you know, their job and what we doing. I think we got to focus on
3 people watching it.
experiences and bonding, and, you know, just sharing life. You know, that's the lost part in it.
I just think, taking in the reality of y'all's situation, because I know y'all in the whole lifestyle that is surrounded, you know, by what y'all do, you know, especially being around him and just things that come through here. And so you feel like that really hinders you from finding a good woman, because a lot of, you know, women that kind of come through the studio or just around
I don't believe in stereotyping at all, right? But, you know, everyone's got their own opinion, but you know, the things that I've read and things that I've researched, we're not our final form, you know, yet. Like, especially like a lot of people in their 20s.
That's a good.
I'm not saying how old I am. Yes, I'm not saying how old I am. I'm not gonna give that away today. But a lot of people in their 20s, you know, they don't have themselves figured out. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want out of life. So it's hard to meet someone and expect the world when you don't even know who you are, what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great. That yeah, I like. I mean, that's good. That's being honest because you know you're not ready.
Right.
So like, why are you trying to fake commit or just because
Yeah,
You
she's
still got, you know, you
pushing
got,
you?
you got,
another reason.
Yeah.
you got to experience a breakup. You got to experience L's. And you
Sure.
got to figure out, like, you know, you find out, you have a better idea of what you want by like experiencing, like, you know what, that wasn't for me. You know what, I learned better from that. And people just got to be happy to be by themselves. Some people get too
Mhm.
codependent, like you're saying earlier about like, oh, if someone divorces and they were with the breadwinner or whatever. Like, you got to be happy of who you are when you're doing it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people are on their Instagrams and chasing
Mhm.
things.
Being tempted. That's
That's-
it, temptation. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like I feel like there's a lot of sacrifice in committed relationships
It's a whole lot of
or
sacrifice.
marriage. You know, there's so much sacrifice because it's kind of like you have to always compromise and meet in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe no more Instagram or
And we live in a generation where it's always options. You know what I'm saying? And there's always another option. So, you know, some people can't hold up to, you know what I'm saying?
What Drake said in a song that his daddy, someone told him, I think his mama, that no one wants to be 70 and alone. So no one wants to be alone, you know, but it's just like, but we got to make sure, yeah, I mean,
Is that the worst thing in the world, though?
no. I don't-
to be alone.
Yeah. What's wrong with
I-
that?
Hey, speaking from experience.
I had to
if
ask
you're alone for
myself
too long, you might do some dumb stuff every once in a while.
like
But
what?
if you got somebody at home to go to, you're not gonna be running them doggone streets.
I mean,
Somebody.
If you got somebody to go home to,
it's all dependent on the person, but like
if you're alone for too
a
long.
lot of times people are way more focused when they're by themselves than they are with like a group of people, or when they're dating somebody. Because like a lot of times, the people dating somebody, they just focus on like being with that person. A lot of times, like the personal things that you want to do go to the wayside when you're in a relationship. Like you sacrifice a lot to date people a lot of times.
Well, that's because you're dating, and because you're not. If you're, I feel like if you find someone that you consider a keeper, you would start building.
Right.
Like, because it's so if you know what I mean. The whole point of dating is to also find somebody like they have something in common with, right? Why
Right.
would you date somebody that is total opposite that
Right.
has no interest? So like when you start finding common interest, it's like just more building, and then
Right.
so that's easier to become committed. You know, and better communication. I feel.
But I also feel like a lot of people lose themselves in relationships.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You lose everything that you were about a lot of times in some relationships. You know what I'm
It
saying?
happens. So males feel like guys. Y'all feel like that too, because women that always happens to women because women take on so much.
So you ask, do men feel they
Lose themselves in a relationship because
I feel like
relationships supposed to make you feel better and enhance you?
Yes, sometimes.
if it's maybe if it's a winning situation
Yeah.
where it's pouring life into one another. Because I know from experience too. Sometimes when you're in a bad or long relationship, toxic relationship, it's more so pulling out of you. But you're still like the woman normally wants to keep it together
Right.
when he's like just fuck it up, just everything, just
Right.
everything. And she's just like trying to keep it together for the family because of the resources. But it's usually women that feel like they lost themselves because they're trying to salvage the relationship.
Right.
Does that have to do with like, you know, we're only getting older,
Right.
Does that play a part? Because to say you were next relationship X amount of years and then don't work out, then you go, oh man, if I was younger, I gave my best years, but we see that.
I mean, do you like it the stage you're in life now? Like
I personally like the stage I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Like I like I said, like I've kind of like, as far as dating, like I put my foot in the water, and then like I might not like the temperature, so I just take my foot back out and like walk across the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, see ya.
and more like, because I feel like in certain instances, I feel like maybe it's just like the lifestyle or like the people while I'm around, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I meet a lot of people who just like take time for me as opposed to like, want to like see me do better as far as like dating goes. You know what I'm saying? It's usually just somebody asking me for like, what I'm saying?
Let's go eat.
A bunch of my time.
Spend money and
I ain't gonna yeah, but like it's just like somebody taking my time and I guess money, you know what I'm saying? And it's not really, I'm like, what am I getting for all of this? You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even just like, like a sex thing. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? What am I getting for all this time that I'm putting in?
Like more emotional, spiritual, mental.
Yeah, am I just literally just wasting my time here being with you while, you know what I'm saying? We watch Netflix, or should I be out here fucking, making my dreams a reality? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about a lot of things like that. Maybe maybe I'll be so harsh about it or like so, standoffish about dating later on. But like, I don't know, I feel like people waste time.
Well, don't you, when you start dating somebody, don't you ask those questions at the beginning so that you can prevent that?
Some people too cool for school. I mean, I've known situations in my past. I've been like, some guys just avoid those conversations for whatever reason.
It's just, but then it's like you have no.
And then, sometimes guys we avoid those conversations. Really,
why? Just to see.
You know what's crazy though?
What's the point of that? Because then you're wasting time.
A lot of times we will avoid those conversations because we are still trying to actually like get with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that would be like the main mission. And then once we accomplish that mission, that's when like all of the other shit like comes out. Like, oh fuck. Just being honest.
Yeah.
But I say within 6 months or within, the numbers and things, but within like, there's flings, but then there's okay, we about to be like within 6 months or after.
So that's when you know. Is it like a little six for you?
I say, me personally, I say there's like a 6 month window or like doing the deed a few times, 5 times. You'll know. Then you'll know. But we gonna rock or is this just a moment in time? You're not gonna know that like from jump. You're not gonna know that. Just meeting somebody, just getting their number, a few text messages, maybe a first date. You're gonna know after 6 months or something. I say give or take. After 6 months, and if you just still, as the guy, if he's still kind of playing, whatever, then the girl should know. Like hey, like he's playing, he's wasting my time. It's like what he's shown me. This is what he's gonna give me. But nothing will stop a guy from getting. Like I said, if he wants you, or if he wants to, if he wants something in life, or he wants that girl, nothing's gonna get in his way. If you keep on hearing excuses or you're a filler. We put you in the game because nobody else in the game. we put you in the game because we ain't got nobody else to sub in. This is, you see what I'm saying? Like,
that's interesting.
Guys.
But we gotta stop doing that too, though.
Who we? Not me, not you, but
I mean, no, just men in general. We gotta stop. We gotta stop doing that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Only, you know what I'm saying? That's how we get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's a vicious cycle, and honestly, there's men that have.
That's how we end up with like babies that people not taking care of.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Well, how about this? Have you ever lost a girl that y'all should have kept, but y'all kind of just like, but she was just the sweetest and just like all she wanted was just like, hey, how was your day? I just want to check on you, see how you doing, and then you kind of like
life circumstances. If I've ever kept it.
Or you were really into somebody, but just again like something happened, and it's just like, and you still kind of like think about her, or
should have got to type of deal.
I mean, but no, not shoulda, woulda, coulda, but like there was like maybe one chick that was really close to like the marriage, the keeper. And did you lose her? And how do you feel about that?
I could say probably, yeah.
Everybody got that one. Everybody got that one, but the thing is, you can't live too much in the past.
Yeah,
true.
Even though maybe I'm I'm guilty of that sometimes. We all are, but like,
Yeah. But not let it define you. Your past define you.
Yeah, you can't let it define you.
It's kind of like, well, and then, so if that girl ever came back in y'all's life, would y'all like actually be like, oh my God, let me change it. Okay, you're back here. I
Probably
messed
not.
up.
I probably wouldn't be like that.
Again, I mean, I don't mean to sound too cliche with some of my quotes, but I read, maybe it was a meme or whatever the case may be, but like if the past comes calling, you know, it's probably not gonna say too much anything new. You know, if the past comes calling, it's gonna talk about past stuff.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I like leaving stuff in the past.
But some situations, some people part ways, and unfortunate things happen, and they find their way. I've heard of people.
I mean,
because they found out that the world is a mean place, and and people like to be around people they're comfortable with and they know. And
every once in a while,
it's hard, especially get old. It's harder to make new friends. It's harder to what I'm saying, just the fucking date. What I mean, like meet new people, like genuinely not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's harder for women to date when they get older though than it is for men.
Well, I was speaking for everybody.
I'm speaking for everybody, but I think it's easier for men to date when they're older, but I think it's harder for women to date when they're older.
Because
I think only difference is like when men we get older, we typically are like more established in ourselves when we're older. You know what I'm saying?
My uncle told me the most earning years for a man is 45 to 55.
Absolutely. You know what I'm
saying? So you 45,
so,
you can meet your 25-year-old.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I think with women it's just a little weird. It's different just because everything with the whole being a woman is always based on how y'all look a lot of times, at least on the surface level. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get older, you're not look as good as you were when you was like 20. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're a woman, you're an older woman, and then it's like you're a 45-year-old woman and you're trying to date a 45-year-old man who wants to date a 25-year-old. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's harder for women to date when they're older than it is for men. If we speak about men who are like, well kept,
I mean, generally speaking, yeah, it makes sense.
Available.
Yeah, it makes sense because usually, again, if men are they get more established as they get older, so do women.
Right.
So it's kind of like if a woman is also has her own money and she's trying to date somebody around her age range, so it's kind of like
here's the sad part. This is gonna sound bad for all the women, but like men, like we don't. Like some do, but most men don't care about the money women make. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know. It's just I feel like it's harder for women to date when they're older, which sucks for them. But
I mean, no, I get it. I get it because your things kind of gravity.
Right.
Gravity takes into play.
Right.
Gravity. Let's be nice about it. Gravity. But Ed, like, how about you? Do you feel like would it be a big issue if your girlfriend made more money than you?
Would it be an issue?
It wouldn't be an issue until one of us made it an issue. Until that one day when she when y'all talking,
you
broke
ass. It wouldn't be an issue until it's like hypothetically, she makes it whatever, and then it gets thrown in your face and you get keyword emasculated.
You know what I'm saying?
Or then you're like, do you want to be the man up in here? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. Like that's another thing that kind of like whether women realize it or not, that just kind of like makes men like fall back. You know what I'm saying? When a woman, you know what I'm saying, she wants to be the man. You know what I'm saying?
That's just not how it goes.
You said what?
That's just not how it goes. Men are men. Men
are men.
Yeah.
But like, we live in it. Like I said, we live in it. Like the whole, not. I don't want to come off like I'm shading or like, you know what I'm saying. But like, the whole like I'm independent woman. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all, not necessarily that we need we want y'all to need us or anything, but like if if women are just always like, oh, I don't need no man, I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They always carry on that
Extra.
attitude. We
Yeah,
like,
extra
man, we're not necessarily gonna press the issue. We don't like, all right, fuck it, this shit.
Yeah, I'm not here to bash them, disrespect them, anything like that. But when it comes to certain, I don't stereotype either. But we have a lot of music going on.
Yeah,
But when the attitude of some women like, oh, I don't need no man, and independent, I can do this, I can do that. No, women were put on earth to do not to do what everything men can do, but to do everything what men can't do. Hence,
right.
That's
And we do
There's a
balance
balance.
each other out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
balance.
that's how it all works. That's how it all works.
See, my thing is, and this is how I personally feel. I feel like women, and this is like, it's another thing I want to say that's going to sound weird coming out, but I feel like it's true. I feel like women want everything to be equal, and I don't think everything can be equal. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily a bad thing that things aren't equal. It's just like, like things don't have to be equal in order for us to do well. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking, especially if we're just talking about like, but like, men, how men and women treat each other per se. Like if y'all want to be, the sex symbols in our society, cool, be that. You know what I'm saying? And then if we want to be the success symbols in life, cool, let us be that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, I just feel like women want everything to be equal. It don't gotta be equal. Like we're not all made equal. I'm sorry, we're not all made equal. You know what I'm saying? Just
No,
as
we're
humans,
not.
you know
God
what I'm saying?
made man a man, a woman a woman.
And it goes beyond that. I feel like women want to be equal to other women all the time. So I'm like, why are we like, we don't have to be equal. Like you can't be equal to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We can't make everything equal. I'm sorry.
I don't ever hear that conversation.
We can't make everything equal. Like
where are you getting this
you got
experience
women
from?
You said what?
I've never heard like this like equalness.
Like I don't
know.
I feel like women want everything to be equal. You know what I'm saying?
No, maybe it's just me. But
like,
I'm like,
all right, let's think about this. I'm just thinking about it from the perspective of how hard women, whether they admit it or not, how hard they compete with each other. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? One woman will look at one woman one way, and think of how often women get jealous of one another over little shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like they want everything to be equal. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's the only way you can get
but
peace.
Matt, that's when a woman doesn't know herself. So she's competing with someone else to figure out how she can outdo her so she can get the attention, because she doesn't know herself.
Attention's a hell of a drug.
Yes.
But I feel like I'm not gonna say that, but that's a lot of women who carry that attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, plenty. And so there's like a handful that are just more like don't give a damn, like just focus on them doing them work, like just.
A problem with some women too is that they take strength and apply it in the wrong way, in the wrong areas, and they don't know how to hang it up when it needs to be done up.
That's Matt just touched on that. Yeah, Matt just touched on that.
So some women don't know that. Unfortunately, it'll take a loss of someone that they had. You don't know how good you have it until it's gone.
Yeah,
it will take that loss for them to know that. It may take a decade before they realize it and start really learning who they are as a woman and knowing their place as a woman. Because I'm a strong woman, but at the same time, I know when to hang up that strength, that CEO hat. It's about knowing how to self-sacrifice your territorial spirit and being able to say, I'm willing to compromise myself for this man who is worthy. And so some women don't know that until it's too late.
Because I think I'm gonna add to that, because a lot of men don't know how to communicate their emotions effectively. So
men don't want
to. So that's why she
men don't want to appear as weak and what have you. But I learned from someone that vulnerability, right?
Yeah, vulnerability is very important. Yeah.
True intimacy is being able to be vulnerable with someone. People have sex every day, cool. But if you're able to be vulnerable with someone, that's true intimacy. And that's what a lot of people
Yeah, because that's
don't
when
show
spirit
weakness.
connects. That's when your spirit connects. Because the physical part is the sex, right? But that when you touch on you touch on something that is a connection when you yoke yourself with someone. That's a whole different, that right there is when you know you're in alignment with someone.
I think we have one question from
Oh,
We
hey, here we
got
go.
a question.
Got a
Woo.
question.
Nate wants to know, what does a man need from a woman in order to help him support his dreams, and what should a man do when it comes to supporting hers?
Okay, so
that's
that I will tell you that's a process, and it takes two, right? It takes the woman to respect her man and to support him and to really genuinely help build that dream, that vision. Okay, so if that woman doesn't have respect for her man, then that's not going to work, because she's not going to put effort in supporting the vision and dreams of that man. By the woman doing that, helps him become the man he needs to be to take care of her and his family financially, and to be the man that he needs to be. Okay, and I just touched on something very biblical, because God says, women, respect your husbands, and men, love your women as Jesus loved the church.
Let me add something to that real quick, and that's with that, and that's why y'all love that respect from the other men. And sometimes when that's what you want more from women, is the respect, because y'all, that's what y'all need to thrive on as a
Love
man.
and respect, that's a book.
Yeah, and then for women,
It is a book.
Yeah,
It's a very,
Yeah,
very
and for
real
women,
book. I've
yeah.
done it
No,
3
it's
times.
yeah, and for women, it's like all we want is love. And
Yeah.
then sometimes that's what happens in domestic violence, when men doesn't get that respect from the woman. That's why he beats her. But the woman wants love, so she stays.
Yeah, sometimes, and then sometimes there's this thing of being vulnerable. Sometimes women don't want something to be fixed. They want to be able to express themselves to their men, but men generally they're wired to want to fix the problem instead of
Right. No,
connecting emotionally. That's where the disconnection on communication, compatibility, and chemistry break, because the 3 C's are very important. We have a show, girlfriend, right here.
Right here, right now. Yes, we do.
That's good. We had some people watching too. They like it too, thumbs up.
For sure.
Hey, we
Good.
can really do a show on.
We can end it. We can end it. This is good. We're
Yeah, guys.
This is the
30,
foundation.
33 minutes.
Mm,
See how fast it goes though? Like,
yeah.
Or we can
How long
end
was
it.
it?
That was 30
33.
minutes.
Oh, shit.
33.
Good test run, guys.
You want to end it?
For sure.
Uh,
You
Thank
got
you for
anything like
joining.
that, or-
Thank you, everyone.
No,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Shout out to Bobby. Shout out to Francis.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout
But
out
hey,
to
if you
everybody.
didn't catch us live, catch
Shout out
us
to
on the
Never Satisfied.
replay.
Yep. Thank you guys for your wisdom.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. We'll be back real soon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they had